Tonight, we cross a quiet river into an old story about pride, misunderstanding, and a very lucky appetite. Tonight's tale is Talk Between Envoys, a folk tale recorded in the Korean Oral Literature Compendium. It's the story of a silent contest of wisdom between two nations, decided entirely by hand gestures, and one ordinary man who understood none of it, yet somehow won anyway. Let the day's noise fall away, settle in, and let this gentle, quietly funny story carry you towards sleep. A Korean folktale, recorded in the Korean Oral Literature Compendium, Dobong district. Long ago, in a time no one quite remembers, an envoy came from China to hold a contest of hand talk. It was not a contest of spoken words, but of meaning passed silently, hand to hand. Notices went up everywhere, calling for anyone willing to answer the challenge. The place chosen was the Yalu River. The Chinese envoy would stand on one bank, and whoever answered him would stand on the other. But who would come forward? An ordinary man, who knew nothing of scholarly matters, stepped up and said, "I will go." The kingdom treated him with great care. They dressed him in fine clothes, set him on a horse, and sent him off toward the river. On the way, he grew hungry. Beside the road, he spotted a stall of freshly made rice cakes, and he could not simply walk past. "I suppose I'll have to stop and eat a few before I go on." He bought 5 of the diamond-shaped rice cakes and ate every one before reaching the riverbank. At last, on the far side, the Chinese envoy raised his hand. He meant to ask, "Do you understand the principles of heaven?" The man thought to himself, "That fellow must have eaten rice cakes too before he came, but his were probably the round kind. Mine were the diamond-shaped ones, so I suppose I should hold my hand up like this." He raised his hand to show the shape. The envoy, watching from across the river, was startled. He believed the man had answered perfectly, that heaven is round and earth is square, and this man somehow knew it. The envoy silently counted himself defeated in the first round. Next, the envoy held up 3 fingers. He meant to ask about the 3 bonds, the moral principles of old. The man thought again, "That fellow must have eaten 3 rice cakes, but I ate 5. He held up a clenched fist to show the number 5. The envoy, seeing this, believed the man had gone even further, answering not just the 3 bonds, but the 5 relationships as well. Twice defeated now. After losing 2 rounds, the envoy stroked his beard, meaning to invoke the name of an ancient god of summer. The man watched and thought, he must be pleased about his 3 rice cakes, stroking his beard like that. "Well, my stomach is full, so I suppose I'll rub my belly." He rubbed his belly slowly. The envoy, watching this, believed the man had gone on to name yet another legendary sage of the old world. At last, the envoy shook his head and said to himself, "There's no point going on. I'll only keep losing." And with that, he turned and went home. And so, understanding nothing at all, guided only by a simple wish to fill his stomach, this ordinary man won a contest of great wisdom. It's said that when he returned, the kingdom granted him a title of honor. A contest of wisdom won by 5 rice cakes and a full stomach. That's tonight's story. Sometimes the wisest-looking answers come from the simplest places. If this one left a small smile behind, we're glad you were here. Slow Night Ancient Tales will return tomorrow with another story from the past. If these stories help you rest, subscribing, liking, and turning on notifications means a great deal to us. Sleep well tonight. Good night.